Hey guys, what's going on? I just want to check in and take a quick look at Thorchain. Ticker for this is Rune, and right now I'm on the weekly time frame. A couple things first. Number one, if you're not subscribed and you want to get notified when I release these videos, click the bell. Click subscribe, click the bell, click on all. If you click away without doing that, you may have a hard time finding the channel again, just because it's new channel, and then when you type like a keyword in the search, very rarely will I come up anywhere near the top. So yeah, you may have a hard time finding the channel again if you click away without subscribing. Also, if you want to trade Rune and pretty much any of the other coins that I talk about, check the links. I put 3 links in the pinned comment, and they're all offering you guys sign-up bonuses. One of them, if you don't want to do KYC, I would say check out the first one called BingX. They will not require any like submission of any documents or whatever. The other two, very reputable exchanges, but you're going to have to do a KYC process with them. Okay, so I haven't done a video or even looked at this coin in about, I would say it's probably around a month now. And I had all these levels marked, and I just noticed that this level here, we did get some resistance. So we came up to it twice, got rejected. But when we got rejected, we made basically a higher low, and then eventually we were able to break through it. This is the main level that I had drawn from months ago, right? And it looks like the price has just come to it right now. So this resistance zone is based on basically the support level right here. When we broke below it, since it was a strong level of support, when we broke through that base, we came back up and it flipped from a level of support to a level of resistance, as it usually does. And then we basically had this drawn out correction that took the form of a little mini falling wedge here, which will typically break to the upside. We got the upside break, and now we find ourselves back at this broken support that has already shown itself to be a strong level of resistance, right? So I have this level here drawn as a zone, and it ranges from the lower end of the range here is around. It's pretty much where we are right now, where we've wicked off, right? And that is the exact price I have it at. I think it's around $3.12, and the upper line of this range, based on the low of these candle bodies right here, it's around $3.43. So yeah, between $3.12 and $3.43, that's the range. And I'm going to take this down to the daily time frame, and you'll see that we came right up to it. Like, this is where a lot of selling pressure came in, so I guess a lot of traders had this level marked on their chart as well. And yeah, we're starting to wick off of it, right? We're getting some resistance. So I would not be surprised if a pullback is going to come pretty soon. Like, I mean, we could push up. Again, this is a zone. We can come all the way up here. No surprises there, around $3.40 something cents. That's basically being the top of the range. If this level breaks and we start closing weekly candles above here, then obviously the next level of resistance that I would anticipate a lot of selling pressure to come in is going to be based on this down sloping level of resistance. And we see we already have 3 touches on it. So this is a valid trend line that a lot of traders are going to be looking at. So if the price does come up here, that could potentially be a short opportunity. However, if you're going to short this, because we are seeing a shift in the trend, and the momentum right now on Rune is with the bulls, right? So I'm going to switch the chart, and there's something else I want to show you. So you see how I have this drawn? We kind of have like a falling wedge here after we broke the key level of support and resistance. And then we have this down sloping trend line right here. I drew it like this on this primary chart because I just figure it's tradable and I can see more levels of support and resistance. However, if I change the chart right here, you'll see that we have an even bigger falling wedge with multiple touches. So we have 1, 2, 3 touches on this lower support line and 3 touches on this down sloping level of resistance, and we have broken out of it, right? So we are at a key level, as I just showed you on the other chart right here, this key resistance, but the target actually for this falling wedge breakout is over $7. Now, a lot of the times the price does not reach the projected breakout target for certain patterns, so I don't put too much weight into it, but I'm just mentioning that it is over $7 when you take basically the distance from the top and the bottom of the wedge and project it from the breakout point. It takes us, it takes us to the mid $7 range. I just did it earlier. So I'm going to switch the chart back, And the question is now, how do you play it? Well, I'm going to show this on the daily. Personally, whenever I enter a long position, I need a backstop to buy against, right? So if I was to enter a long right here, it's kind of difficult to place a stop loss, right? Because there's no support here because we're so extended here on the daily time frame and we are at a level of resistance. So this could continue upwards, but I'm fine with that, right? Because the time to accumulate Thorchain was down here when we were approaching the apex of this wedge and when we broke out right around here. This was the time to accumulate. You see, actually, when we broke out, we formed like a bullish pennant pattern right here. So the break of this was a key time to build your position. And now, as I mentioned, we are quite extended. I'm not really seeing bearish divergence right now on the daily. So it still looks relatively strong. A lot of the times when we are extended like this on a higher time frame like the daily, I'll take it down to the 4-hour and see if there is a potential entry that I can take that was going to be near a stop loss. But even here looking at the 4-hour, there isn't, right? So if I buy here, where would I put my stop, right? It's just too extended for me right now. The more obvious trade would be to enter a short position. Again, it's very risky, but at least entering a short position, I can perhaps place a stop loss above this wick, right? But however, I mentioned this is a range, so I would feel more comfortable taking a short position if we come to the top of the range, right? So if we come to that, I think it was around $3.40 level here up here, I would be a little bit more comfortable taking a short with a very, very tight stop loss, so I wouldn't be risking much if I'm long. Even higher probability would be if we break through here and we get resistance from this down sloping level, right? Because the more times you come to and interact with a level of resistance, the more likely you are to break it, right? So actually this right here will be the first time we've come up, aside from here, but the first time we've come up to this range in a long time. So I do think there are going to be a lot of sellers waiting here to enter shorts or to take profits, right? But overall, we've broken out of a long-term falling wedge with a target of over $7 just on this move, right? So, you know, be very, very careful because any short position you take here is going to be counter trend. And you're going to have a tight stop loss, and you're going to have to map it out to make sure that you're entering a trade that offers a good risk reward ratio, right? So for example, you want to enter a trade and maybe, you know, you want to, for every $1 you risk, you want to get maybe $3 back if the trade plays out in your favor, right? You don't really want to be aiming for a 1-to-1 or even a 1-to-2 right now. And of course, you want to be relatively conservative with your take profit targets. So actually, just an example, let's map one out and see if there's any opportunity. But keep in mind, I'm not personally shorting this, so be careful. Okay, short position. I'll switch this down to the daily so I can enter the trade with a tighter stop loss. So for example, theoretically, if I were to enter right here, which again, I am not going to do, I could place my stop loss above this wick and above this first level of resistance. And where would I target? So I would have to look for an area with previous price history, another price cluster. So even if I did it right here, this would give me about a 1-to-2 risk reward ratio. Not ideal. Another thing I could do, I would take a Fibonacci, right? So run it from the swing low here, the start of the move, up, and just kind of assume that this is going to be the high, which again I don't really think it is. So I could probably short this down. Front run the 382. So the 382 would give me a risk reward ratio of 1 to 2.63, a gain of 20% if it works out in my favor. And for that particular trade, I would have to risk 7%. I don't really want to risk 7% against a coin that's this bullish right now. So for me to even consider entering, I would need to see something bearish, right? A bearish divergence or bearish candles forming. We do have this, which is kind of like it looks like a topping candle, but this has not closed yet, right? So we don't have confirmation of this. And again, no bearish divergence on the daily time frame just yet. So if I was to take this potential short, I would actually exit right here. Risk reward ratio of 1 to 2, over 15% if it works out in my favor. Even better than that though, again, like as I mentioned, if the price does come up to the top of this resistance range, I'd be a little bit more comfortable with that. But again, it's all about the risk you want to take, right? Like if you're only using a small percentage of your balance, 7% loss to potentially get a 1 to 2, you can take that if you want, but you see right here at this first level of the resistance range, that's where we got rejected right here, and you see this candle, it looks kind of similar to what the candle we're seeing on the daily. So this is on the weekly, right? We have this topping candle right here, but if we go to the daily time frame, it looks familiar, right? It looks familiar. So yeah, I just wanted to get this video out, just show you that we are at a pretty significant range of resistance right now, and beyond that, the target is going to be, well, the next significant level of resistance is obviously going to be this downsloping resistance line right here. And you know what, you see these wicks poke out, so it's possible that the price does come above it, but you have to pay attention to how the weekly candle closes, right? So for example, it's possible that we come up here and the candle looks like this, but pay attention again how the weekly candle closes. So we want to see, well, no, actually, no, we don't want to see this, but if the weekly candles close below this down sloping level of resistance, it means the bears are still in control in this range. However, if we start seeing on a weekly time frame candle body close above this down sloping level of resistance that has held the price down 3 consecutive touches here, that's going to be a very positive sign for probably a big move to the upside, right? That would probably take us, again, a weekly candle body close above here would probably take us about to here, to this resistance level at over $11. So pay attention to that. In terms of short, take it down to the smaller time frame. Look for bearish candle formations. Look for bearish divergences if you are considering enter a short, but proceed with caution because this market does look pretty bullish. However, personally, for me, I'm not entering a short-term long when we're this extended, putting in a potential topping candle at a resistance, right? So yeah, anyway, that's just a quick update. Hopefully you found it helpful. If you did, smash the like button. If you want to be able to find this channel again in the future, click subscribe, click the bell, click on all. And if you're looking for an exchange to trade on and you want to get some sign-up bonuses, check out the links in the pinned comment and description. All right, guys, take care. Have a good day. Bye.